everybody, it's RPG Grandma. And we are continuing experience points. We are in 2E right now, but we need to talk a little bit about 1E and the previous editions and what's going on here. So in 2E, they actually have class bonuses. And there's a little chart, gives some examples of experience points to award for each class. And they have it basically by warrior. They got a warrior, cleric, wizard, rogue, and a little note for bard specifically under the rogue. And these are bonuses you give when the characters are doing, the players are having their characters do stuff that is in keeping with the type of character that they're playing. And it has a results and things that you want happening in the game. The rogue stealing stuff. You want them stealing stuff, right? The cleric casting spells of healing and making scrolls, and you wizard researching spells and doing all these things their classes are supposed to do when you go read the descriptions. But a lot of times people don't do so much. So they put in 2E these bonuses that if the players are doing these things with their characters, and keep in mind they don't get bonuses for casting cantrips and doing minor things. These are doing the things they should be doing, but they're time consuming, costly, dangerous, risky, all right? But something an adventurer would be doing, if they're doing it, then they get the bonuses. Okay? Behavior modification tool. I mentioned this before. Experience points are behavior modification tool towards the type of things you want out of your players. See, once players catch on it, so if I do spell research and I spend money on that, I go up quicker, they're going to do it. Okay? If I'm a good leader, if I'm killing more and more difficult monsters, I as a warrior, I get, and if I'm bold and brave, I get more experience points. Yeah. If disarming traps gets, do you see what I'm saying? They put that stuff in there. So it's something that, you might want to, take a look at the PDF of the 2E book, if you don't have the book. 1E also did something. And I'm not fully through 2E's experience points rules. I look at a little section as we're going here. But 1E has eligibility to go up a level. And you're like, what's that mean? It means we all know that there's supposed to be some training, and how that's handled by the DM varies considerably from table to table in my experience. But thinking back to when I was a kid, we were really lax on that training rule. Okay. As an adult, some tables are still super lax. Ain't nobody got no time for that, right? But other tables are super strict. And I think it's a good thing, especially if they're collecting a lot of gold and stuff like that. Something to spend the money on. And it doesn't mean that you have to spend it in actual missing time, if you will. But if you are doing that one day thing, it might be to your advantage. It really depends on your play style, how this is handled a lot. But you should at least be spending some money and having training in game time. So, and by game time, I mean like you don't have to be present. It's just, you spend a month training, right? Now, the thing is, the longer you have to train, the more expensive it's going to be. Because of room, board, supplies, bringing an apple a day to your teacher, whatever. It's just going to cost more, right? So, in 1E, That's what they're talking about. So you get up, let's say it's 2,000 experience points to go up the next level. You got 2,010 experience points. All right, next level. Okay, well, you got to go train. But before we know how long that train, we need to know how long that train is going to take. When players are going to be like, well, it says here it takes me X number of weeks and it's going to cost this to go up to the next level. That's if you were excellent at your class. In other words, we role playing it well. Because in 1E, they actually grade you. They grade you. And each of the grades comes with a number. And the lower the number, the better. So every time you adventure, every time you get experience points, you get graded. And then at the end, when it's time for you to go up a level, your DM is supposed to add up all those grades and divide it by the number of times you played, and got grades. And that gives you a number. It gives you your average number. And then that number is used to figure out how long it takes to train and how much it's going to cost. So a character could end up in a situation, thus the player, where they have to play several more sessions to earn enough money to go do the training to go up a level. And any experience points they gained in there isn't really counting towards the next level at all. It's not. It's also not counting towards their current level. But if they continue to play poorly, that number changes, and it might not change for the better. So it is a tool, like I said before, to encourage the in-character playing. This one's a little more on the punitive side, whereas the 2E version is more on the carrot. Look at the shinies. If you do these things, we'll give you bonuses. Much like Arduin's original little chart that we talked about before we talked about 1E's bonuses in general, was more along the carrot line. If you do these things, you could get a bonus. It's the idea's been put out there. So I wanted to kind of discuss that a little bit, that there are these other factors, just like in old D&D original, you had pre-request bonuses towards your experience points for your classes, right? Based on your attributes, skills, abilities, the big six. Intelligence, dexterity, constitution, wisdom, strength. There. So it's something to think about, is how some of these rules interact, and also how you can use some of these ideas in your own game. It's not as simple as kill a monster, get experience points, get some treasure, gets experience points. And, you could conceivably lose experience points too, not just for monsters. So, like I said, it's a dial. It's something you can use to adjust the behavior on the table. Your players will catch on. Oh my gosh, if I don't play my thief appropriately, it's going to take me longer to train to go up a level. Oh man, I got to get my warrior out there in the field and be bold because I got docked big time. It's going to take me twice the normal time to train. You see what I'm saying? So look at these older rules, because, and we'll look at 5e too. But look at these older rules. They do give you insight into ideas and things people were doing, and ideas you might be able to use. Anyway, everybody have a great day. Peace. Rock your rolls. Roll them dice. Have some fun. And just play some good, fun games. Okay? Bye.